would like to introduce you with the content of the legislation adopted during the week as part of the project of legislation news of the Ministry of Justice. The government resolution on additional measures to improve the use of vehicles with tinted or darkened glass was adopted. According to the resolution from October 1, 2021, the state service for issuing permits to darken the color of car windows will be provided only through the single interactive state service portal. According to the administrative regulation approved by the resolution, the work to change the color of the windows of vehicles is carried out independently by the owner of the vehicle. Permission is not required to darken the color of the rear window of the vehicle with an unlimited light transmittance, as well as to change the color of the top of the windshield in the form of a strip with a light transmittance of not more than 14 centimeters. The permit is issued for a period of 1 year. Payment for the permit by the applicant will be made within 10 days. No fee is charged for the provision of public service for reissuance of permits through a single interactive portal of public services. Our next document concerns the judicial system in which the law on courts was signed by the President. By the law, cases are heard in public in all courts. Consideration of cases in closed court is allowed only in cases provided by law. Persons present in the courtroom, representatives of the media may take photos and video and audio recordings in the courtroom in the manner prescribed by law. At the same time, it was established that a citizen of Uzbekistan not younger than 35 years of age, elected by open ballot at a meeting of citizens at the place of residence to work for a term of 2.5 years, may be a pupil's advisor. The next document is a new system of allocating educational loans for tuition-based contract. In this regard, the presidential resolution on measures of further expansion of education opportunities in higher education institutions was adopted. According to the resolution from the 2021 and 2022 academic year, a new system of allocating educational loans for full-time bachelor's and master's degree programs of all higher education institutions in the country will be introduced. In this case, commercial banks allocate educational loans at the basic rate of the central bank. The main part of the educational credit is repaid within 7 years from the 7th month after the end of the official study period of the student. Family members of the students with a permanent source of income are allowed to participate in the registration and repayment of the student loan as joint borrowers. Children from families included in the single register of social protection are not required to provide collateral and guarantees for educational loans. In accordance with the resolution, the Education Loan Financing Fund was established under the Ministry of Finance. At least 1 trillion sums will be allocated to the fund in 2021 and in subsequent years based on real demand. According to another important document, one-time financial assistance in the amount of 500,000 sums will be provided to some segments of the population. In this regard, the presidential resolution on additional measures to support children from low-income and underprivileged families was adopted. According to the resolution, in August 2021, one-time financial assistance in the amount of 500,000 sums will be provided to the following population layers. First, children under the age of 18 from families receiving a survivor's pension or allowance. And the second, children under the age of 18 with disabilities. Chairman of the Council of Ministers of the Republic of Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Hakims of regions, Tashkent city, districts or cities, heads of sectors, and heads of territorial divisions of the Ministry of Mahala and Family Support form payment slips based on the number of children under 18 through the district or city Mahala and Family Support Departments to ensure the targeted delivery of financial assistance to them by August 25 of this year. According to the next document, amendments and additions were made to the Labor Code and the Law on Public Health. The law added to Article 113 of the Labor Code an amendment that if an employee refused to undergo prophylactic vaccination on the basis of a decision of the Chief State Sanitary Inspector when there is a threat of quarantine and infectious diseases unless there are contraindications, the employer has the right not to employ him. According to the amendment to the law on public health, when there is a threat of quarantine and the spread of dangerous infectious diseases, the introduction of preventive vaccination of the population on the basis of the decision of the Chief State Sanitary Inspector. Another important document is the law on transport signed by the President. According to the law, automobile, air, railway, water, electric transport, and metro and transport infrastructure facilities form a single transport system of Uzbekistan. The Ministry of Transport is a specially authorized state body in the field. By this law, vehicles must have a certificate of conformity or type of approval of the vehicle and be registered. Transit cargo and documents are identified during the transit of goods at the checkpoints across the state border. In addition, transport organizations and carriers must arrange for initial and periodic medical examination of employees whose activities are related to traffic and whose working conditions are extremely harmful and extremely difficult. This law shall enter into force 3 months after the date of its official publication. The latest document is in the field of statistics. In this regard, the law on official statistics was signed by the President. According to the law, official statistics consist of statistical data prepared and disseminated by state statistical bodies and other producers of official statistics. The State Statistics Committee is an authorized state body in the field. Individuals and legal entities can be users of official statistics. According to the law, multi-year statistical programs are approved by the President, and annual statistical programs are approved by the Cabinet of Ministers. Confidential statistics provided for research purposes may not contain identifiers. Official statistics are published to analyze and assess the socio-economic development of the country and to conduct research, as well as to inform the public to ensure the rights and legitimate interests of users of official statistics. Thank you for your attention. You can get the full text of these documents on the website lex.uz, as well as news on the legislation on the Telegram channel Huquqiy Akhbarat of the Ministry of Justice. Goodbye.